I'm so riled up. I forgot to turn my microphone on again. What was that? My God, never have I ever been more bipolar watching an episode. Excited, worried, angry, worried, excited, angry, worried, angry, excited, angry, sad, angry, confused. Yellow, my little Filmerdudes, and my super sleuths. We're gonna do something a little bit different. I have no script. This is me having watched the episode twice now. And I think what I would like to do is just speak without a script, just pure rage. Silly rage, but rage. Because I'm mad because the writing in this season is awful. And I'm a writer. I love writing. I think writing is a backbone for any project whatsoever. You have to have a script for things, or at least notes. You have to write something. I think that words and sentences and composition is glorious. And I say is because it's like a one thing, but if referring to them as individual, I would say are. Grammar is really cool. But there's also structure, there's also formatting, there's also things that just make sense. And I feel like that this year in particular has not been really good in this department. I mean, there's been a lot of bad TV, and I've seen, let's look up, because I feel like a lot of you guys have never watched any of my reviews, so let's introduce the Only Murder circle to the rest of the me. I, in a year, tend to watch like over 100 TV shows, whether that's rewatch or new TV shows. It's usually new TV shows. And I have a Google sheet that I've been keeping since I think 2021, one for each year. This year, for 2025 TV shows only, so shows that have come out this year, I have seen 81. There's a couple that I'm working on because they're weekly, but that is just to say I watch a crap ton of TV shows a year. So I know what is good and what's not. And it's not that Only Murders is not good, is that Only Murders forgot what Only Murders was this whole season. And that to me is not good. Think of it like a school assignment. They tell you to do A and C and G, but you present B, D, and F. B, D, and F look fantastic. It's phenomenal work, but that is not what we asked for. Therefore, you have failed the assignment. That is what season 5 feels like to me. It is still really, really good in its own right, but it is not Only Murders in the Building because there is no murder mystery going on. How, again, I say how on earth after 5 years are these trios still doing amateur mistakes? And the fact that the writers are making these trio do and say things that are very not them. I could be a boat bitch. Even Mabel did not like that she had said that. Even she. And it is and it's the fact that nobody in this episode also did any murder mysterying discovering. Things were just happened upon them by accident because Lester just happened to be there. So he just happened to offer these informations for this crew. And it is so freaking annoying to me that, again, another episode has gone by and we've gotten seemingly answers that are not even real answers. Because there are no concrete answers. Did Lester kill someone? He didn't say he did. It is assumed, it is implied. So why just... And if Lester the robot is continually proving that they have key important evidence to this investigation and they keep offering this throughout the entire season, why then does Mabel, specifically Mabel, I'm really mad at specifically Mabel, why then does Mabel not grab the robot and say, okay, Lester, give me everything that you know, let's sit down, let's have a conversation? Why? I'm so mad. This is frustrating. I am not having a good time. I mean, kind of, because some of the humor is good. Last episode was phenomenal. So what happened with this episode? You're trying to sympathy bait me with this whole Lester reveal, and it's not working for me. It's not! Jesus Christ, it's early in the morning and I need a drink. I don't drink. Except for wine. I do like a wine. Lo and behold, I don't have wine. It's my day off, and there's no wine. Editor Ivan here. I completely forgot to mention the fact that what were the trio doing for 18 days? Completely doing absolute shit is what they were doing. I think that's what lost me in this episode, is the fact that like 18 days quickly went by. It went from 18 to 8. 11 day or 19 to 8 or something. Basically 11 days had gone by and they had done nothing. They said, we're gonna do the thing, and they've done nothing. It's like the Hunger Games Part 1. We're gonna do the thing throughout the whole movie, and then at the very end they're like, we're actually gonna do the thing, and then the movie ends, and then I don't watch the last movie because I'm frustrated. That is this episode. What were the trio doing? They've done shit for 18 days. So you're telling me that Tron Ares can accomplish impossible amounts of things in 29 minutes, in the 29-minute limit that they set up in their movie, but yet the trio can't do anything for 18 days? Wow. And it's the fact that I did watch this episode last night with full anticipation, but it was so slow. Just information, we're teased, and I just don't like being just baited for information, because I knew where things were going. A lot of these things were obvious. Okay, one, I was accidentally right with Nona last week, but at the same time, if this reveal is now with Nona, then we kind of know it wasn't Nona after all. So now I'm thinking it was probably Sophia and the mayor, which is kind of dumb. So this whole thing is just a bunch of cliches. Because think about it. Was I inadvertently correct that Lorraine had something to do with it in my first episode theory? So the wives did do it. It was the wives who did it. So like, why would Lorraine kill Lester? Because Lorraine wanted to get rid of the... I don't know. I don't know anymore, and I don't think I care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care that much. I mean, I do. I still do care. Because this episode at least told us who is going to die, and that's obviously Howard. Since season 3, that man has been wanting belonging. I've said this multiple times. His need is belonging. He wants to be part of something, and now that he had this heart-to-heart with Charles, and now that he is now inducted into this group, basically, you solved it, Howard. You did it. That smile to me says, oh, he's gonna die next week. I think Howard is going to die next week, but I think we need to have a small discussion on the announcement of season 6. I did some research, and I needed to figure out when these seasons were announced because I started getting a little bit concerned because there is we're not hearing anything about season 6. Where is season 6? I am so worried because this cannot be the final season. This cannot be the final season. You need to pull one more season out, have it be actually only murders in the building, and then be done. Be done. We're done. I think you need to end on a high note, and this is not that high note. We do have one episode left, so I mean, if next week is phenomenal and blows me out of the water, I will eat my words. But the journey so far is absolutely incredulously frustrating. So here we go. This is the data that I have gathered and I want to share with you guys. Season 1 premiered August 31st, 2021. The season finale was October 19, 2021, but the season 2 renewal was September 14, 2021, before season 1 ended. Season 2 premiere was June 28, 2022, and it ended August 23, 2022, but season 3's renewal was July 11, 2022, before season 2 ended. Season 3's premiere was August 8th, 2023. Season 3's finale was October 3rd, 2023, and the season 4 renewal was same day. It was the same day. I do remember they announced the same day, and I was so excited. Season 4 premiere was August 27, 2024, and then it ended on October 1st, 2024, and the season 5 renewal was September 4th. So it was weeks before season 4 ended. So with season 5, and in regards to a potential season 6, where is that announcement? I'm concerned because I still love this show. It's still fantastic. I'm just mad because either everything does make sense and it's so insanely cliched, therefore it makes it unfun, or something so brilliant is about to pop out of here, but like the journey, the investigative journey is so frustrating, and I don't enjoy it. Let's see if we can figure this out together. Do we believe that it's Nona? Do we believe that it's Nona? Again, with all the talks of moms, I kind of feel like Nona is the one in charge, just because like there's so much talks about moms, and Sophia did refer to her mom before. Again, the whole thing that I said last week about Sophia's family's name and everything, it seems like the family was in on it. It's hilarious because like Blake and I chatted so much, and I like vented to him, and he has like really, really good theories, and it's not that I don't buy them, it's just that I mean, because I think I do buy his theories, but you're gonna have to watch his videos because I'm not about to tell you what he told me. I'm not about to do that. Give credit where credit is due. I just wish that there was a little bit more murder mysterying going on. Here's a crumb of a clue. Like, you know, the writers like take a bite of a giant cookie and say, here's a bit of the bite that I just took. F you. I am just empty. I didn't even finish my bagel. I didn't even finish my bagel. I was supposed to have a good breakfast. I did take fluoxetine though. That I did do. Thank God for fluoxetine. I had Lexapro once and I didn't like it. So I mean, I related with the sentiment of that line because that line is brilliant. Thank God for Lexapro. But really, just thank God for drugs. No, seriously, it's to the point where like there is no... I've said what I've needed to say. I don't think George is it anymore unless George is Nona's husband. But I think that the George theory is the girl cop killed Ben Glenroy theory from season 3. Because I knew it was Donna and Cliff. It was so freaking obvious. But that season was more fun because they did more investigation and all that. I really, really, really wanted it to be a girl cop because like, oh man, that would have been incredible. Could you imagine if it had been Girl Cop and if Ben Glenroy had like an illegitimate son with Girl Cop, and that's why Girl Cop had to leave the show, and that's why it was canceled, and therefore her career was over, and therefore years later mother and son have come back to get revenge? Oh my God, that would have been incredible. But instead it was Donna and Cliff. And that's how I feel about this season, because this season I set up something beautiful for like a mind-blowing reveal, and every single episode they had the chance to do it and they didn't. And it's not that I'm angry that I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. Again, if I'm wrong, at least make it so that I can go back and be like, oh, those puzzle pieces. Because with the reveal of Nona, I did go, oh my God, they were talking about moms this whole time. I made a little bit of a joke and made, oh yeah, sure, it could have been Nona last week, but like really, it was there. There was so many nods to pointing to specifically Nona and moms and her family, and just, I don't know why it took me so, well, I know why, because the writing was so distractingly bad. I just don't know what to believe anymore, because here's the thing. If Lester did kill Nikki, because we don't know who Lester killed. They are assuming, yet again, that Lester killed Nikki. And it is a good assumption because, again, in season or episode 2, Nikki said to Lester, oh, you gonna hit me with that? And that has been in my brain as rent-free for 9 weeks. 9 weeks? Do the math. 4 weeks. It's been in there for weeks. And I've mentioned it before on here. I've mentioned it on Blake's show. I've said it before. Baby Lester killed Nikki. But I really, really was hoping for a George reveal. But then last week, I trying to keep George in the picture. I was like, well, maybe George was also killed. Because then this begs the question, why would Nona take the finger? Because we know when they took the finger. Did you not see the birthday hat on the kid? In episode 2, Sophia tells Charles, I'm here with my kids because it's my son's 36th birthday. They're going to sit at their own table. I think the dynamic with the kids is hysterical. I love those kids. They're not kids, they're grown men. They're all fine as hell, especially Brayden. But those sons, my God. But again, why would Nona take the finger? Is it simply because of money? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of mafia stuff. I have seen some, but not a lot. So to me, I cannot make rhyme or reason behind why mafia people do mafia things. That is on me alone. But it is also on the season for not properly telling people like me who don't know these things how things are properly done, because it's just right now I think everyone did it. Absolutely everybody did it. Except Randall, obviously. Lorraine, Sophia, the 5 kids, Nona, the 3 billionaires. Let's see, who else? Who else can we add to this? Romy, the mayor. Let's throw them in. Yeah, no, this is definitely an everybody did it situation. And the show did give us that vibe, but poorly. Very, very poorly. One thought, serious thought, like let's try to figure out, like, here's what happened. Because I'm mad and I want to go. Here's what happened. I don't know. I don't know. Really, the only thing that I have that could make sense of anything is that the boys love being mafia. They love mafia so much, but then Nikki really doesn't. So did that cause a strife between father and sons? Maybe? I don't know. But do we really believe that Sophia is in on it? I did have a comment last week, which I guess is a good segue into comments. By the way, I have resting eyebrow bitch face. Like, it's really hard for me to control my eyebrows because it's just, I have fierce eyebrows. So if I'm less like this or like this is my natural state. I really think I'm smiling with my eyebrows right now, but all I look like is that the angry eyebrow from like Larry Boy and VeggieTales. And I'm sardonic as so I just never know when I'm actually, like, I don't know how to sound genuine. So if I'm congratulating you, it just sounds like, oh, dude, congrats. I don't know how this video is gonna get received. I'm just pissed. Telling you, man, good writing goes a long way when it's good. Okay, here we go. So I really don't want to mispronounce your name. I have a tiny bit of adrenaline. So I will mess up names, so I'm so sorry. But they had a really good comment, which was Camilla had an iPhone. That means she couldn't be the killer or main villain. I completely forgot about this alleged Apple rule. It's totally true. The actual rule is that in order to use iPhones, they have to be used with characters in good favor. So that basically eliminates anybody villainous. So basically villains cannot have iPhones. And since Camilla has an iPhone, that means she's not a villain or the villain, even though she is an antagonistic force. But we all love Camilla. At least I do. She's what a person. I don't know why, but I absolutely adore her. I love her. I love Camilla. My queen, my absolute queen. She's just amazing. I don't know. She's just, I love her. I really love her. I'm gonna become obsessed with Camilla. If anything, this show has given me Camilla, and I'm so grateful. Oh, but I love this comment now because it absolves her of any crime. And, I don't know, Camilla, my love. Caputo is probably Sophia's family / maiden name. Why else would have the news stated that Nikki had ties to the Caputo crime family? This is true. However, if you have a gang war with somebody in specifics, that's why they would mention it. Also, as per this episode, if Caputo is her last name, why would they seemingly frame themselves with Nikki's body? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Good guess! But no. Sherry7054 says, Randall is an accessory to crime. He knew Lester was dead. He could have gone to the police or the trio, but he refused. Yes, as we have seen per this episode, Lester told him not to go to anybody for his protection. But what of the consequences thereafter? Because he did technically withhold information of a crime. Why did he not go to the trio with the crank? If he delivered the shrimp to Oliver, why did he also not I know he wanted to protect Lester, but it's just I'm mad at Randall now too. Tony K Guitar says, am I the only one who thinks just because Mabel decided to try and have a connection with Jay, the writers are going to make Jay to be guilty, or at least have a very big role in the murder? I know it seems more like a Charles scenario, but still, it feels like it. Honestly, yes, especially after this episode, because Jay appeared in this episode and he's like, let murder be someone else's problem. He really wants to get out of there. He thinks he's won the day, he's escaped with whatever. I definitely think that Jay and the billionaires are part of it. So yes, you are on the right track. Ashley913 says, what about the doorman interview / documentary? Do you think it will come back somehow? Honestly, I don't think so. This show is notorious for like bringing up random ass shit like this and never bringing it up ever again, and it's just for artistic reasons. So I would say maybe, but I just because of how the show was written this season, nothing can be sure, and that, my dear, is frustrating. Melanie Monroe 6696 says, the only thing with the Jay and Sophia theory is that his casino bid was to build a casino in the YMCA, not in the Arconia, so he wouldn't have a reason to have been trying to get her to sell the Velvet Room. I also think Randall put the ledger page in Nikki's mouth. If Randall was the one to put the ledger page in Nikki's mouth, then why didn't he mention it this episode? Don't know. So I guess we're both wrong on that end. And yeah, you are correct on the casino bid thing there, but I still think that Sophia and Jay are the ones who had the affair, which again makes Sophia, I guess, an accomplice or whatever, and I didn't want that. We just are not going to give Ivan anything he wants this season now, are we? Jen M1 says, I can see Jay being interested in Sophia. He also went after Mabel, and typically you don't expect billionaires to go below their station for a partner. I guess he has a thing for us normies because he wants to be relatable so bad. I like that a lot. That is very, very good. I'm giving that an immediate heart. Cherry7054 also says, OMITB wasted a lot of our time in season 4, so why not waste our time in season 5? To which Brianna Jasmine 7144 says, you're right. I love you both, by the way. You guys have been top commenters throughout this whole thing, and I see you, and I appreciate you guys. But you guys should go back and rewatch my season 4 videos. I was the one who started the stolen script theory. I don't know if you guys were the ones watching me back then, but I was the one who started that stolen script theory that only got traction weeks later. But week 1, episode 1, I said it was Marshall, and I said it was because he was jealous that Saz probably wrote a better script than he did, because that's how it is. He's been trying so long, and he didn't really understand the trio whatsoever at all, and he was so surprised. He was just not acting like somebody who wrote a script. I pegged that dude so quickly and so exactly, and down to like Saz's motivation as to why she wanted him and everything. It was crazy. I figured it out, and I had evidences to him being a stuntman and everything throughout the whole thing. I figured it out. So to me, season 4, I love season 4. I liked it. I related to it. The character work for Saz, Marshall, the dynamic between them, beautiful. The emotional beats for Charles and Saz, also gorgeous, tragically gorgeous. So to me, I'm sorry, but like, I love season 4. I give it to you guys for not understanding, because it is very inside baseball, and people have spoken. The general audience do not like knowing how the sausage is made. They just want the sausage. We all just want the sausage. But in terms of how it's made, nobody cares. I care, but I'm just one person. I'm not a majority. So yeah, I liked it, but a majority did not, and that is considered a failure. So I give it to you guys, but I personally liked it. Wow, dude, I didn't think I was gonna be able to talk for like 36 minutes and counting, and just ranting, whatever. There's a lot of pauses. There's a lot of pauses I'm gonna have to remove, but you know, it be what it be. And as usual, leave your comments in the comments below. Final guesses, who do you guys think it is? My guess, genuinely, I think it's everybody. I think everyone is involved, but specifically Sophia and Lorraine. I think those are our killers. It's obvious. It is the wives. The wives did it, and the mayor's involved. Everybody's involved. Boring. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and let's see who's correct. Check out everybody else in this OMITB community. They're awesome. Literally everybody. It is awesome. Blake has been doing the Lord's work over doing collabs, so we all might do a big collab next week. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go, but like, I like what's happening. I'm just frustrated with this show right now, but it's fine. We all have our opinions. My social media links are in this description below, and I will see you next week for final OMITB season 5 time until next year, but I'll be doing some more in between them. But the point is, I'll see you next time. You've just been Montero.